Support for this podcast comes from St. Alphonsus Sports Medicine, offering services for sports injury and recovery, with physicians and athletic trainers who provide treatment for fractures, dislocations, sprains, strains, and other sports-related issues. More information on services at stalphonsus.org. So you can't see this, but hopefully you can hear it. Behind every Boise State Public Radio podcast is a team working hard to bring you stories that matter. So if you value podcasts like this one, please support them. Hit donate at boisestatepublicradio.org. Thanks.
It's the Connector Idaho Daily News, Monday, June 15th. I'm Troy Oppie. Here are this morning's headlines. Republican lawmakers allege mifepristone, the abortion drug, is unsafe for the environment. A teacher at Nampa's Ridgeview High School is under arrest, charged with sexual battery of a minor. We check in on pride celebrations in Canyon County and one local police department dealing with not the usual suspects. Those stories in a moment. First, Idaho has released details on how it will kill death row inmates as the firing squad becomes the state's main execution method. Julie Lucchetta has more.
States with the death penalty struggle to obtain lethal injection drugs. They are costly, perishable, and many pharmaceutical manufacturers refuse to sell them for executions. In 2024, Idaho botched the execution of inmate Thomas Creech and postponed his killing.
As a result of being unable to execute him and fulfill the death penalty, the legislature returned in 2025 and passed a law that prioritizes the firing squad.
Speaking to Idaho Matters on Friday, Idaho Statesman's Kevin Fixler talked about his reporting on the Idaho Department of Corrections' new standard operating procedures. The firing squad will consist of 3 volunteer police officers who have not faced firearm or use of force disciplinary actions for a year prior.
It's fairly controversial that we're asking members of law enforcement to take on this responsibility, and that includes to prevent members of the prison system from having to themselves do it.
Fixler reports the shooters will be behind a protective barrier and will kill the inmate from roughly 10 yards away with .308 caliber rifles, AR-style weapons manufactured by Daniel Defense.
They have scopes and suppressors, and they will use basically a bipod.
The renovation of the execution chamber at the maximum security prison in Kuna took over a year and cost more than $1.2 million. The law goes into effect on July 1st. Julie Lucchetta, Boise State Public Radio News.
Idaho Attorney General Raul Labrador joined 13 other Republican attorneys general last week in a letter urging the Environmental Protection Agency to classify abortion-inducing drug mifepristone as a water contaminant. State's Newsroom reports a similar letter from 19 Republican members of Congress was simultaneously delivered Friday to the EPA. It's the second such letter in 2 years, asking for an investigation into environmental impacts of the 2-pill abortion regimen. Experts say the drug is safe for prescribed use, and there is no evidence it may be harmful to the environment when found in wastewater. A teacher at Nampa's Ridgeview High School was arrested Friday and charged with sexual battery of a minor aged 16 or 17. Troy McFadden was arrested without incident, according to a City of Nampa news release. The investigation dates to May 26th, when police say they were notified of suspicious behavior. The Idaho Statesman reports the minor student detailed to police an extensive romantic relationship with McFadden, who was her teacher. Police say they believe it to be an isolated incident, but have asked parents of students who had contact with McFadden to talk to their kids and report any potentially inappropriate conduct to investigators. Valley View School District officials told the Statesman his contract has not been renewed for the upcoming school year. McFadden remains in custody, facing a $500,000 bond. A Boise County man was taken into custody Saturday on felony enticing charges. The county sheriff's office reports that investigation was spurred by a citizen-led, quote, pred poacher group, which alleged it uncovered evidence of child sexual abuse material and solicitation of a minor. The Boise County Sheriff's Office says that led to an official investigation and the arrest of 34-year-old Dakota Green in Horseshoe Bend. The official investigation remains ongoing. More charges are possible, according to the county. Even as anti-LGBTQ legislation continues to try and curb lifestyles, Canyon County Pride brought the Treasure Valley bright colors, smiles, and a whole lot of fun this past weekend. Reporter Steffi Porto talked to folks to hear what Pride means to them.
Hi everybody, happy Pride!
Pride is where people express themselves
lesbians, anyone a part of the LGBTQ. That's how they express themselves. My name is Nicholas. My nickname's Nick. Pride is where I can express myself, and knowing no judgeful eyes are going to be at me. Just kind of know you're accepted into a crowd of people who understand you.
And I'm sure you're all well aware that currently the attacks are on trans people and immigrants. Are there any trans people and immigrants here?
Says free dad hugs. I'm proud of you. I think that's an important message, and every time I wear this shirt at Pride, I get so many hugs. I've probably hugged over 24 people today alone, people who need some sort of touch connection, some sort of loving affirmation, and some people who just say, you look a lot like my dad, can I get a hug? And so we hug, we laugh, we cry.
Sounds from Canyon County Pride, gathered by our reporter Steffi Puerto. Firefighters responded yesterday to 2 new wildfire starts, a vegetation fire south of Boise dubbed the PV down Pleasant Valley Road south of Cunamora Road. It grew to about 700 acres and was contained and controlled late Sunday. The cause remains under investigation. And the Teapot Dome fire, named for its namesake northwest of Mountain Home, was about 250 acres Sunday. That fire is expected to be under control late today. No structures were threatened, according to authorities. In North Idaho, about 5 miles downriver from Lewiston, the Snake River fire continues to burn in difficult-to-reach terrain in Washington state. Crews reported the fire is burning within the existing footprint of about 700 acres. No structures are threatened, no roads in the area are closed, but crews remain on site, and crews are working to surround that blaze, which is 70% contained as of yesterday. Nampa police have been busy with not the usual suspects lately. The department this weekend posted video of a recent chase of a loose cow in town. Officers tracked and chased it from Lakeview Park all the way to near police headquarters downtown before it was roped and returned to its owner. Officers say they're ready for the upcoming Snake River Stampede Rodeo. Separately, Nampa police had to call in City Fire and State Fish and Game to help get a black bear out of a tree near Franklin and Birch. On social media, Nampa PD thanked the Fish and Game officers who tranquilized the bear, helped remove it safely from the tree, and transported it out of the city. Boise State had 4 track and field athletes at the NCAA National Championship meet for the first time in a decade this past weekend. Kaya Robinson in the 1500, Raekwon Witherspoon in the men's long jump finished 17th in their respective events. And women's steeplechase competitors Abby Kendrick and Emily Jobs finished 21st and 23rd. Boise High grad Mason Lawyer, who runs for the University of Arizona, finished 7th in the 100-meter dash national finals. Athletic Club Boise this weekend took a 5-1 loss at Forward Madison FC in Wisconsin. Boise headman Nate Miller says the team had, quote, an honest conversation as a group, and now it's about solving the problem, unquote. That was included in a team postgame release. AC Boise returns home this Friday to host Omaha, 7 p.m. at Expo, Idaho. The Boise Hawks are off today, traveling to Idaho Falls to continue a 9-game stretch against the Chuckers. The Hawks are 16-8 so far this season. They've won 5 of their last 6. And that's your connector on this Monday. Summer-like temperatures across our listening area this week. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stay safe out there. Tuesday will be the hottest day of the week, according to the National Weather Service. I'll be back with you again Tuesday morning with another episode of The Connector, Idaho Daily News from Boise State Public Radio. Keep up with the news between now and then at our website, boisestatepublicradio.org.
Each story you hear on Planet Money starts with a question. What happens if we refund tariffs? Why are groceries so expensive? At NPR, we stand for your right to be curious because the forces shaping our world can be hard to see. Follow NPR's Planet Money wherever you get your podcasts and start seeing how the economy really works.